I'm working in my altered book, and this is like a book of daily devotions for family, and I am gradually working through it. And to be honest with you, my style has greatly changed from the front to now. I really decorated the front of the covers, and at some point when I get in and do some more pages I'll show you. But I'm heavily influenced for this page by France Papillion, and I was watching a couple of her videos at the time, but I was also wanting to play with my gesso and catalyst tools, which you just saw me scraping there, to create some ridges in that second layer of gesso that I popped in. And I'm doing it again when it's partly dry, and then I'm going along and I'm just smoothing out the edges so that the edges are smooth. And I lost a bit of video, but I basically just went in with linen, Tim Holtz linen and fresh linen, and started, and then I was going in with vintage photo just with a Ranger applicator, and I just wanted to build it up really, really softly. And I'm going to do this for quite a while, and I'm going to go in with the colours in 3 different grades, and I think this is walnut. So, and I'm just really just wanting to have that gradual progression, and I'm going to move forwards and backwards with that, and I'm liking that kind of vintagey look, old look at the moment. Then I'm using some Prima spray, and it's a bit gorgeous, look at that, but I didn't want it really heavy. I wanted it to kind of pool. And the thing that I really loved about this was that as it dried, it dispersed the distress ink that it had splattered on. So it splattered on all the brown as well, just little splatters, and it's created these little spots and pools in that brown distress ink, because of course it's water activated, and I'm really enjoying that. So now I'm just going around with some black archival ink, and I just wanted to do the edges, and so I'm curling them up and just really just finishing off those edges, and I just wanted to let that really dry very well for a while. So now I'm getting 2 different types of and I'm not glazing, you know, like France uses lots and lots of beautiful silks and glazes to really grade. Now I couldn't be bothered mixing up a bunch. I've ordered a whole bunch of silks because after watching her videos I decided that they just blended together incredibly well for a particular looks that you want to get. But I just wanted to use paint here, so I used watered down paint, and I used a cold violet, and then I used a warm purple madder, and that is that dark color that you can see, and I'm just using the end of the stick of the paintbrush, and then I'm just blending it in with my finger, and it's going into some of the ridges, and it's quite a different color. So now I'm just watering it down, and again using my baby wipe and just putting it in, layering it back, putting it in, layering it back. I'm quite happy with that. I didn't want it perfect. I didn't want it as graded as what France does, but what I did want was something that would dry soft, so it dries much softer than what it was when it was wet, and I really enjoyed just working with that a little bit. So now I'm using some schminker ink and flicking it around everywhere. Love that bottle, and I'm just dabbing it because I wanted the splotches there, but I didn't want to wait an age for them to dry. And I just got a new Donna Downey alphabet stencil because I've got the really quite thick old school alphabet stencils, but I can't actually rub ink through them. They're really only for spraying. So now I just got a Canson sponge. I went back into that purple madder paint, watered it right down. Now I'm just blending away because I didn't want the circles over the main painted purple part. And I had, at this point, I just walked away to rinse out that sponge straight away because they go incredibly soft when you pop them in water, but you need to rinse them out immediately after you use them, or have a little container of water that they're completely immersed in. This is something from Happy Mail, and I got it, and someone had tried to actually punch a whole bunch of flowers out of it. So, but I liked it. I thought it almost looked like fabric. And of course I'm using a little bit more of this paper-backed hessian that Sarah Whitney gave me, and I'm a bit loving that. Yeah. And I just really wanted to just create some sort of synergy across the middle, because the purple needed to be broken up and it needed to become just a background. And now I'm just layering in that hessian, and I couldn't find the last 6th piece. I went looking for it, couldn't find it. Still haven't found it. So now all I'm doing is just layering a little bit more of that purple matter off the edges, just to have them that a little bit dark, a little bit more grungy. I like that. And now I'm kind of thinking, oh yeah. Now, something that I've learned from France that I just love is that you can use a good soft gel medium to glue down metal. Now, I had never known that before. I knew it could glue down just about anything, but I didn't realize it would glue down something like this. So I wound some metal from my scrapbooking days, and you know, I'm not into the big I'll rust everything like France is, but I really liked the idea of making it into a circle. And I had this little thing from Happy Mail that I got, which I really wanted to keep there, and it actually says "so sweet." Now, that's not really what I wanted to say on this page, but at this point now, what I'm going to do is I'm just using my fine line applicator that I put my soft gel in, and I've stuck it down, and now I'm weighing it down, because of course it's metal and it wasn't perfectly flat from my process. So it's dry and it's staying really well, so I'm using my Pit Brush marker to just colour in that whole little badge there, because I wanted to change the colour of it. And then I wanted to find a small little stamp, and I started looking for stamps, and I ended up pulling out my little sayings from Donna Downey. You can see the little packet at the bottom there, and the moment that I saw that little bag, I pulled it out and went, all those little sayings in little type text, that's what I need, because it's a tiny little ball. And I found one which was "Be Happy." Or "Happy Place." Yeah, it was "Happy Place." And then I just stamped off. And I used Staged on there because it was on a shiny surface. And one of the last things I'm doing is just using in brown ink just a little bit of music, because one of my happy places is music. So one's art and one's music and singing. And I love it. Isn't it a gorgeous place? See you next time.